Today, we are power ranking the top defensemen in the NHL, heading into the 2022-23 NHL season. Again, like my goalie rankings, these power rankings are not fantasy hockey power rankings. They're simply just the best defensemen in the league. Before starting, I want to give honorable mentions to Devon Toews and Jonas Siegenthaler, who didn't quite crack the list. At number 10, we have Mackenzie Weegar from the Calgary Flames. Weegar ranked third amongst defensemen who played 40 or more games this season in Corsi for percentage, with 58.3%. Basically meaning when Weegar is on the ice, his team controls the play 58.3% of the time, which is amazing. To add to this, over the past 2 seasons, Mackenzie Weegar has 80 points, ranking 15th among all defensemen. Weegar was traded to Calgary in the blockbuster Matthew Tkachuk trade, and under Daryl Sutter, I expect Weegar to be even more of a beast next year. Weegar finished 14th place in Norris voting this past season, and to be frank, I wouldn't be shocked if he finished top 5 this coming year, but time will tell. At number 9, we have Miro Heiskanen from the Dallas Stars. Heiskanen actually ranks 38th over the past 2 seasons among defensemen in points, having just 63 in 125 contests. Heiskanen plays just a tad under 25 minutes a night for the Stars, ranking 15th league-wide, and is one of the game's best modern-day mobile defensemen, as he is excellent at the transition game and elite defensively. I do think Heiskanen has a lot of offensive upside in him that we got a peek at during the 2020 bubble playoffs, where he erupted for 26 points in 27 games. But he still has to find that success offensively during the regular season. Heiskanen finished 12th in Norris voting this past season. If he can find his offensive game after the departure of John Klingberg, then I can see him easily top 10 this coming year. At number 8, we have Chris Letang from the Pittsburgh Penguins. Going into his 17th season, Letang somehow has yet to decline in terms of offensive production. He has been a staple on the lethal Penguins power play for more than a decade now. Over the past 2 years, Letang ranks 6th in points among defensemen with 113 in 133 games. Letang finished 7th in Norris voting this past season, and has recently re-signed with the Penguins for 6 more years, which was surprising considering he's already 35 years of age, but time will tell. Penguins are obviously in win now mode with their aging core, so if this contract looks bad in 4 years, it won't really matter. At number 7, we have Adam Fox from the New York Rangers. Fox is one of the best offensive defensemen in the league. Over the past 2 seasons, he ranks 4th in points with 121 in 129 games. Fox also finished 5th this past year in Norris voting and won the award in 2020-2021. I think it will be hard for Fox to win another one with a plethora of young elite talent on defense across the league, but he has the offensive upside to maybe win another one soon. At number 6, we have Jacob Slavin from the Carolina Hurricanes. Slavin has often been regarded as one of the most underrated players in the league because a lot of people just look at offensive stats and do not know how to evaluate a player's defensive impact. But Slavin has been one of the best defensive defensemen in the league for a few years now. On top of that, Slavin still ranks top 50 in terms of offensive production, putting up 57 points in 131 NHL games over the past 2 seasons. Slavin finished 9th in Norris voting this past season. Slavin will likely never win a Norris Trophy unless he can be more offensive, because the award is definitely biased towards points. If there was a award for most defensive defensemen, then Slavin would almost certainly be a shoo-in for top 3. At number 5, we have Charlie McAvoy from the Boston Bruins. Like Slavin, McAvoy is very elite defensively, definitely top 3 in the league in that regard as well. But McAvoy took some big strides this season offensively, going from 0.58 points per game to 0.72 points per game. McAvoy has collected 86 points over 129 NHL games in the past 2 seasons and finished 4th in Norris voting this past season. At number 4, we have Aaron Ekblad from the Florida Panthers. Ekblad finished the season with a ridiculous 58.8 Corsi for percentage, ranking 2nd in the league among defensemen who played 40 or more games. Ekblad has also gone from above average offensive producer to an elite over the past 3 seasons. This past year, Ekblad was limited to just 61 games but put up 57 points, including 15 goals. And despite his injury knocking him out for about a quarter of the season, Ekblad still managed to finish 6th in Norris voting. At number 3, we have Roman Josi from the Nashville Predators. It was pretty hard to choose between number 3 and number 2 for Josi, but I felt like Josi had the least defensive upside between him and the player I have at number 2. Over the past 2 seasons, Josi ranks 3rd in points with 129 in 128 games, over a point per game. Ridiculousness. This past year, he had 96 points, which is the highest scoring season any active defenseman has ever had. And it is the highest since 1993 when Phil Housley had 97. Josi was narrowly edged out of the Norris Trophy finishing second by just a few votes. He actually got the most first place votes out of any defenseman with 98, but a few more third and fourth place votes than the winner got. This brought his overall total down and left Josi in second. At number 2, we have Victor Hedman from the Tampa Bay Lightning. Hedman is elite both offensively and defensively and can play in any situation. He is also a physical specimen, standing at 6'6", 241 pounds. Over the past 2 seasons, Hedman has 130 points in 136 regular season games, which ranks second. And in the past 3 playoff runs, Hedman has 59 points in just 71 playoff games. In the 2020 bubble playoffs, he was so good that he took home the Conn Smythe Trophy. Hedman finished third in Norris voting this past season, and I honestly can't see him falling out of the top 3 next year. At number 1, it is obviously Cale Makar from the Colorado Avalanche, a bona fide top 5 player in the entire NHL. Makar is also elite both offensively and defensively. Over the past 2 seasons, Makar has put up 130 points in just 121 regular season games, which ranks first. He also added 29 points in 20 playoff games this year, taking home the Conn Smythe Trophy. Makar also won the Norris, narrowly beating out the aforementioned Roman Josi. Makar is the only player on this list and one of 5 current hockey players that are, could have been, or will be considered generational. Makar is a shoo-in for the Norris Trophy for the next 5 years if he continues to play like he is. And the scary thing is, he may just keep getting better. A bold prediction I have, Makar scores 40 in a season sometime in the next 5 years. Who do you think the top defensemen in the NHL are going into the 2022-2023 NHL season? That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching and take care everyone.